All right, we're in London. Say hello to Dwayne. This is Dwayne.
Hi.
We got up at 6 a.m, travelled into the city, took about 4 hours by car. Me, G, and Dwayne. G is on a coffee run, and today we're doing an interview for Magic Stream. We've got this awesome space to film in. It's called the Old Queen's Head, and it looks really cool. Actually, let's set this down here. And we're filming one of the biggest magicians in the world, currently alive today. I think we're gonna have loads of fun. And then after this bit, after we get home tonight, I've got a really cool performance of an effect in a bar last night. And I want to talk about the reasons why I think it didn't work with the idea that I put to it that I thought would make it stronger. So I'll show you the full performance after that. And then I'll talk about why I don't think my idea was as good as it could have been. Or actually, I think I made the effect worse. Which is something, it's a hard pill to swallow. But I think it's really important that sometimes you take a step back and get out of your own ego and realize that maybe your ideas aren't the best. So stay tuned and let's have some fun. Tom, what's going on?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright, mate.
Isn't this exciting?
I haven't seen for ages. Actually, I was trying to say hi to you properly. I've actually said hi to you without the letting.
It's just like...
Okay, get off. So we'll use two cards. We'll use the Ace of Hearts and the Ace of Diamonds, and then we'll select a random card. Any idea what this could be?
No.
It's the Six of Spades. Hey. It goes into the center of the deck. Now you've got to keep your eye on three things at once. You've got to keep your eye on the Six, on the Ace of Hearts, and the Ace of Diamonds. So the Six melts up all the way through the top. That was a really fun day shooting an awesome interview with DYNAMO for Magic Stream. He talks about loads of cool stuff, including loads of details about his. So we finished. We're in rush hour traffic in London. We're heading back to Wales. Gonna finish the rest when we get home. What do you reckon?
I reckon good.
Good. Good.
Good.
Goody good. Say hi, Dwayne.
Hello.
Hi. Good. Okay, bye. You gotta try and grab it, you know? Okay, but 3 goes, right? I'm gonna try and use subterfuge, deception, and everything I can to get in. Oh, it's 1 to you. Is it heads or tails?
I don't know, it's a pronoun.
It's 1 to
Hey,
you.
you nicked it. I knew you were going to do that.
So that's best of 2. Okay, last one, hold it very still. No, hold it completely, otherwise it's not fair. If you're half closed, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Okay, I promise you, this one's gonna be fifth. Come on, meet me halfway. Come over here.
Okay, but don't touch me.
No, you gotta be still, because otherwise it's gonna be a serious one now, okay? Shit, keep it closed, keep it closed. Wait, don't tell the camera, because he doesn't know if I got it or not. Everyone at home, do you think I got the coin? What coin was it?
It's 5 krona.
Do you think I've got the 5 krona, or do you think he's got the 5 krona? If I could turn that into a British coin to win, which coin would I turn it into? For you, a good one.
50p? No. 2p.
Or anything. If whatever you name, you can win. I'll give you it.
So do you want £2?
You want £2?
Best coin having it.
Okay, £2. £2. If I've
Yeah.
got it, if I haven't got it, he gets the £2. Deal?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Nice. Trying to think when you took it, when you changed it.
So the first thing to note is the guy that I'm performing to is a friend of mine called Owen, who's a photographer and started magic like about a week or two ago. So he's at that stage where he's trying to learn as much as he can and try and figure things out. So he doesn't give the best, and he doesn't give, I think, an honest layman reaction to the effect. Doesn't matter though, because my point is still valid that I think I made the effect worse. Now, the effect in the video is that if you've ever been to school or with your friends and you've played the game where you try and snatch a coin out of someone's hand, it's like a Bruce Lee type effect. That's what I was going for, and it's an old carny trick where the last time you can switch the coin in their hand, and it genuinely switches it for another coin. And it's an old carny trick, and it's more to show how fast you can be, how much faster than them that you are. And I wanted to make it into a magic effect. Now, I've seen magicians do this, and the effect is that they just switch the coin and they say, "Look, you don't think I got it? Look inside your hand." Boom, and it's changed. And the reason that's so effective is that there's not really any build-up. There's no expectation for the effect. So when they see it, it truly knocks them off their feet because they really don't expect it. There's not like you haven't even softened the surprise. It's just plain surprise. Now, I'm a big fan of Danny Diortis, and he's not like the first person to touch on this, but I've read a really great essay from him that talks about expectations. Now, in brief, and I'm not going to go into it because you really should read up on it, expectations in magic can really make an effect much more powerful, because the idea is that you get your audience to suggest what the trick should be, and then it's almost like a psychological force. For instance, if you were to tear a card up and place it into somebody's hand, and then say, "If I could do magic, what would you want me to do to that card?" Most people, 99% of people say, "Oh, put it back together, that would be the magic trick." And you would say, "Oh, so you wouldn't make it vanish, or you didn't say change colour? Okay, fine, if you want it to go back together, it's back together." And it's that idea that if they had said anything, they feel like you could have done anything. So to my point in case, in the effect, I'd switch the coin in his hand without him knowing, and it's really hard to see on video. It's a silver coin that goes into a British £2 coin. It's a silver krona, and it changes to a British £2 coin, which is silver with copper around the edge. So it's really hard to see on the video, but if you look back, you can see it change. But I say to him, instead of just allowing him to open his hand, thinking that he'd beaten me, and then getting that shock surprise, I try to add in expectation. Now, this works for a lot of other effects, so many effects, but in this case, I don't think it did. So what I tried to get him to suggest was, which he did, was that it would, if he won, he would have a £2 coin. The idea is that when he opened his hand, he would see a £2 coin, and he would freak out because he believed that if he had said anything would have been in his hand. And in this example, I think it doesn't work very well, because I think he was half and half, apart from the fact that he kind of understands magic a bit, I think he was half and half kind of expecting it to change the moment I started bringing up the idea of other coins and other denominations. I feel like any raw surprise that could have been there was chipped away at. And even though he doesn't react like crazy, I performed this to other magicians and friends, and what I didn't do, the idea of, oh, if you could choose a coin, which coin would it be? Okay, a £2 coin they go for. The reaction is starkly different. So I do think there's scope there to make the effect more powerful, other than just the old carny trick with a surprise. I do think there's scope there to make it into a really powerful magic effect, but in this case, the idea that I went out and tested didn't work. So there could be other options. Maybe you say, do you have any change to somebody? And they bring out a couple of coins, say, oh, let's do some big ones, like the 50p and the £2. Which one shall we use? And let's say they say, whatever, like the 50. You say, okay, and you put the £2 down, and then you do the effect. And then you do the presentation. At the point, you get to the point where they have the coin in their fist changed, but they believe it's still the 50. And you say, remember, and maybe at this point, then you grab the £2 coin and you do a visual change into the 50. And because you grab the £2 coin, they still don't know that you're alluding to a change yet, right until the moment it changes. And the moment it changes, then they get to look inside their hand and see. The other option could be, is that when they believe they have a 50 pence piece in their hand, and you pick up the £2 coin, you say, look at the 50 pence piece. As they look inside their hand, they see the £2, and when all the misdirection's there, then you do the change, so that it happens in a reversal. You know, it switches sides. They don't see the change first and then check. They check. As they look, it changes, and when they look back, the coin is now in your hand, and that could be a really cerebral, really trippy, like psychological experience, and I think that might be able to work. So the point that I'm making is that there's tricks out there that are really good. I believe they can be made better, or at least you can add your own performance tips and ideas, and you can make it your own. And in this case, I went out and tried one, and it didn't work. And it didn't work as well as I think it should have. And as opposed to believing that anything that we do is just good, and a lot of people will just create something and try and release it straight away, or they'll try and create something and force it on others when it's not good enough and it's not ready. I fully understand that the idea that I added to this effect makes it a lot worse, and it doesn't improve it in any way. In fact, it dampens it. And I'm cool to admit that, and I'm just gonna go back to the drawing board and try some other ideas out and keep working away at it until I feel I have a really powerful effect on my hands. I think it's a bit of an ego check and a bit of like harsh, honest truth and critique to myself. And I think if we all do this and we all apply this to our own magic and our own performances and our own ideas, I think the magic world will overall be a better place. So that's it. That's the end of the video today. Again, we don't know what the format is yet. So if you guys can comment below and let me know what you liked and didn't like, that would be a huge help in making the next video better. If you like it and dislike it too, that also makes me understand how you're feeling towards each video and where we're sort of going towards. But most importantly, please subscribe. If we can get loads of subscribers together, that means the world, because I know we have an audience to work with, and I can keep pushing forward and do these videos and trying to make what you like and cut out what you don't like and improving them to the point where we've got a really solid format. If you share it, then that would just mean the world to me, because the more people that get to see these videos, the more of a community we all build, and then I can try and do whatever everyone wants, whether you want to see behind the scenes footage from when I travel the world and who I meet, whether you want me to like talk more about theory of magic or show more live performances, anything we want we can do, but we need people to see these videos and subscribe to them. Anyway, that's enough of a ramble for today. I'll see you guys in the next episode.